Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co-host, Brian.
All right, buddy.
We are back to talk The Amazing Race. This is season 34, episode 7. It's simply medieval. It's electric. Boogie, woogie, woogie. They were in France this week. They started at the Chateau de Bagnac, at a few other chateaus and stuff throughout. So we will get through all of that, but I do just want to talk about a few points off the top. Thought this was a pretty run of the mill episode. Not bad, not amazing. Pretty rinse repeat. I didn't think the challenges were super engaging. The roadblocks, etc., detours. Thought they were okay. Um, what I really do want to talk about, though, really like is one. This was probably the hardest leg so far for them to navigate. Everybody got lost. It was a heavy, heavy emphasis on people not knowing where the hell they were going. Even when they asked for directions, it was still hard to navigate. Two, like last week is a gift that keeps on giving because, like you predicted correctly, Brian, the time differences meant nothing.
Yeah,
Group one, 8:45, group two, 9 a.m., group three, 9:15, group four, 9:30. So literally
I'm a
a
producer.
45-minute difference between dead last and first for an entire leg.
Yeah,
I would have just done nothing last leg.
it just we talked pre-show. It's just I guess like they were in a bind because of the I don't even remember their names, but the newly couple had to leave. But it's just like have a non-eliminate or just eliminate them. Just do something later when the stakes are higher, where we want to see more of like maybe the teams, like
Yep.
what's going on. Like I don't know. But we're not editors on the show, but it was fine. I like that people got lost. Like I actually like that aspect. Like you're
Yeah.
like people are struggling. I felt like a lot lately. Everyone just kind of knows where to go, and it reminds me of the season one that we watched.
Exactly, where there was no GPS and not an easy way to navigate, and people didn't know what the hell was going on. Like I really like
Yeah.
that. So that part I do like. That wasn't one of my complaints of the episode. Definitely wasn't. Um, the roadblock, the Chateau de Camargue. This is where they did the Who Wants to Climb the Family Tree. Fine. They
Yeah.
had to memorize some names and flags, and then keep rappelling down the side of the tower. I thought the tower looked like the tower in Dorne, where Ned Stark went and got baby Jon Snow.
Yeah.
That was my call out there. The guard looked like the guard waiting for them. So I was like, okay, I can do this. Tower was 130 feet. David was the first person to figure out. It took him 2 attempts. Uh, yeah, like I said, Tower and Dorn. What you think of the challenge?
I thought it was actually cool, like kind of an okay challenge. Like I liked that they had the history involved. I really liked that the team car, like he looked before he walked up. Like I thought that was some really good strategy. That
Smart.
I mean, it catapulted him up. So that was a big move.
Uh, Glinda crashes the car.
And like backing up like slowly too,
I have a picture I'll send to you that you can use for the video of the
because it was
car.
like it was. I
It
love how
looked at the Titanic
yeah,
sinking
yeah,
into
it
the
did. It
ocean. I
really
mean,
did. It really did.
it was up there, and they got out pretty quick. They had a local farmer pull them out. God bless the producers, had no idea what to do. They're
Did
like,
you think that when he was? Yeah, did you think when he's like, "Yo, hold that," they were gonna like try to put the car on the ground? Did you think that for a second?
I didn't. I just thought they were done. I thought they weren't going to be able to continue.
Yeah.
Period. It was over. But yeah, I'm glad they were okay.
Hmm.
Uh, team car. Speaking of which, though, did leave their keys at the top of the castle and had to run
Yeah.
all the way back up to get it, which was really
Did that
funny.
great strategy and then had that blip.
It's a bad one too. Later on the race, in a closer race, that could have really cost them,
Mm-hmm.
which it ends up not costing them. Obviously, how we see the rate, the like end, but was a crucial mistake. Uh, Detours, the walnut cracker, probably one of the easier detour challenges you'll ever see. You pick up the walnuts, you crack them, and you grind them. Done.
Yeah, like
If anybody picked medieval games like some did initially, you're just a dope.
yeah, it
A
was.
dope. You had to play a crappy version of blind skee ball. There was a survivor bag toss game. I mean, just I'm out on that. You see that for two, and like they said, the people that made the switch, you can literally see the easier challenge from there. Just run over to it.
Right. And like, what would you call that? Like the Renaissance Fair type stuff?
Yeah,
Is that what that was? Yeah,
it's like medieval times. Yeah,
could have been better.
I don't really understand why it was all medieval. I mean, I know they did the chateaus and stuff, but like, I think they're probably going to do France another leg. Like, there's way more in France than just doing. I'm sure they've people watching like Logan. They've probably been in France a million times and done a
Mhm.
million of the. Yeah, we saw the Eiffel Tower when we watched our original season. I'm sure they've done a million of the Paris things, but I'd like to see it. Like we said, some more food.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
see
I would
more
have thought
food.
wine would have been involved in some way. Like when I went to France, like that was the wine was very good.
The pit stop was at the Panorama, really hilltop fort type of area. Really, really, really cool. Like we talked about, multiple teams having navigation issues, including Aubrey and David, who bicker a bunch. Quentin and Maddie get lost. The twins, Derek and Claire, get lost a little while. Uh,
Mhm.
I don't really mention Glinda and Lumumba because they've just been behind and
Yeah,
lost
they're
from
just
the.
so far gone.
They were so far gone. They never really highlighted if they were super lost or not. They turned around once and then
Yeah, like yeah, you never really got the sense that like anybody was in danger. You know what I
no.
mean? Like that's like the one thing I guess you can also say was negative of this episode.
I think that's
No
probably been
suspense.
I think that's probably been our biggest complaint, Bry, of this season is that hasn't because of not some of the fault of the producers and stuff. There just hasn't been some legs where the stakes have been high, right? We lose somebody
Yeah.
last week. The team was behind the whole time. That's happened too. We didn't really have a lot of teams shooting up this season, like racing from last to first,
Right.
in one challenge. Or we haven't seen any. Where's the fast forward?
I don't know, man. Like that's they. I wonder if that got eliminated a couple
Stupid. I'm
seasons
sorry.
ago.
No, bring the fast forward back. I'm sorry. Like it was a game changer. I liked when two teams would go for it, and
Yeah,
then
it
that
was a
would lead
risk.
to one team not winning and like literally coming in last, even though they may have been in the middle of the pack because they didn't win the fast forward. Like that type of stuff matters. The high risk, high reward stuff.
Yeah, because like if Lumumba went for it, like this would have been a great leg to do
Time to
it
go
because
for
they
it.
were so far behind. And
And other teams would have known that, so maybe they go
Mhm.
for it to try to cut off
Yep.
just because back they know that's the type of stuff that isn't
Yeah,
happening this season. But
yeah.
again,
Strategy.
not the worst episode, but not either the best as well. This has kind of been the season so far, middle of the road. I think it's just we're not being able to connect with the teams as much as we did last season. I feel like I knew a lot of the teams, their stories. Obviously we had the Holdernesses, but we had plenty of other teams that we rooted for and rooted against, and
Yeah.
kind of missing that this season.
I'm hoping that happens like in the next when we get down to like five teams,
I hope so
and
too.
maybe we can start to build a bond. Like I'm team Croqueta from the beginning, so I'm always
Yeah,
like happy to see them. And like I know your team got eliminated, right?
yeah.
Yeah, so it's yeah. I mean, we need that bond to get excited about things.
Yep, I agree. But overall, look, pretty good leg. France is cool. Medieval stuff. Let's see where they go next week. Check out our other coverage from this week, including the Love is Blind week 3 coverage. We also have both episodes of Bachelor in Paradise. We will also have Survivor, Love Boat, and obviously the challenge as well, besides Amazing Race. Make sure you're also checking out our TikTok. A lot of funny videos on there, and all of our social media, the Instagram, the Twitter, and our Facebook group, the Reality Guys Treehouse. But for myself and Brian, thank you. Peace.